Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy A Flim and K9. You done broke my car. What's up, everybody? We are back here with K9 and A Flim. We got to do some work. It's what's today? Monday. 2 days after the last race video. Unfortunately, I did get disqualified, and Kevin's about to show you why. K9, come up closer and let them see what I'll tell you. Kevin, explain a little bit of what happened here.
What happened was somebody decided they wanted to lower this thing an inch. For me, that's not good because I'm 6 foot something, and getting down in a car that's lowered is no fun. Or getting up out of a car that's lowered is no fun.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm 300 pounds, so that's beside the point. And they said that you can't lower your cars because it's got to be stock.
Yeah, now we know.
Looking at it, they just put lowering springs on the factory shock or strut.
So what we're gonna do is we got to change them out, all 4 of them. And we got 2 cars. We have a roller that has them, and this one that we're gonna swap them out pretty much. So I tried to get the video started, but Kevin's already got the back 2 off. I think the mailman started one. He went to get some other clothes. So we gonna plan on trying to change the springs, or we gonna go ahead and just do the whole assembly?
Just do the whole assembly.
Okay, so because the other one is not.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, we don't plan on poking a hole through the roof.
Yeah, we don't need a spotlight.
While Kevin continues, I'm gonna give y'all a little walk around and explain what happened. I did end up winning the race.
We blew a fuse to the interior light.
Is that what it was?
That's all it was.
Sweet.
So we need to go get fuses.
Yeah. So here's a little after. We still got stuff to do. I mean, we got to put that radiators covered. My hood pins I ordered. You saw in the video, I'm pretty sure that my dash come flying up on me. That's about how high we need it right there, I do believe, sir. That'd be good. But the 00 was fast. We're gonna get these changed out. The wing spoiler, which is, the spoiler is what came on one of this car, or the tailgate that was for the same year car. Looks just like the Banks. We ended up doing pretty good. I've already fixed. There was a big dent right there. You can kind of see a reflection. Not really. We fixed that. And we'll get the dash and everything. Y'all don't know if I've told you yet, but this is actually another hood. My other hood is sitting over there where I didn't have hood pins, and when we finally got it running, it smashed. Common thing with these, especially when you don't have hood latches. We already had some other ones that we were going to try to use, but with our luck, I don't know if you can see that. Looks like those were going to be racing or acing. So can't use those, so we got to go take them off another car. I'm going to think what else I want to talk about before we hit you with a time lapse, because we got some work cut out for us. Eventually the mailman will show up. I had a lot of fun. It was a great honor, really. It was an honor. I don't usually say that word. And more emotional than anything to be able to race with Skylar. I don't know if he's going to come out with a video on his car. Me and K9 probably will, by the way, Kevin, K9, whatever you want to call him. Y'all be sure to come up and say hey to K9 when you see him. We also have some issues with the 13 that we're going to have to do all this, go through this one, and roll the 13 through. So it was very fun racing with Skylar. Kevin's learning this just now as I tell you. I think, we're not sure, it's just a thought, that his VTEC stopped working. after he hit that big bad bump, which is why it kind of, he might have just said that, but it did seem, for being the same cars, it did seem like I had a little more than he did. I don't know if that was driving or VTech. It might have just been my night and he had an off night. He might have been so excited watching me, he forgot to drive hard. Whatever the case, both of them come home in pretty much pieces. One big piece and a few little pieces. Scholar, y'all saw, was flapping that. But I think that about does it. You got anything, K9, to say? Other than it's a very long trip over there.
Yeah.
Not sure how many more races this year we got, but we're going to get to it. So let's get all these. How are we going to get the other car here? We're going to do just the back first?
Yeah.
That'll work. Let's get to it. Now, got the car jacked up. We might run without. We might put airbags on this thing, like the Volkswagen over there. I can tell y'all right now, I really want to do a sit down. I don't know if y'all can see me. Y'all have to. I really want to do a sit down with a little history. Do you mind over there?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Oh, he minds. All right. I'm going to just talk like this. Y'all just can't see me. I'll show you kind of where we're starting, why I talk. The history I want to just talk a little bit about is just racing for everybody. Show you this up here, an old little finish line road. You can't see. This was an old car. That was when the mailman turned 50. Says happy 50, that was a boat. But anyway, it's a lot of stuff out here. But I can tell you right now, let me show you something. You see this? Yellow and blue, then black and gray. The gray I can't find. Many of race cars built right here, exactly where this car sits. Some of the tarp is still hanging, and the little eyes and stuff that held the poly up when they painted, and they didn't do nothing on the floor. They just put water. Many of winning race cars built right here, and I'm not trying to be cocky because that could have been the one and only race I win in this car. But makes me proud to know that the same where it all started with us in these cars, that car was built, and its first time out, it won. And now it looks like many of cars built in Scholar, the official FFR little shop, which hint, hint, there might be rumors of another one being built. What do you think the viewers think of me talking while you work all the time, it seems like? That's been 20 years, huh? You ain't got a comment on that.
I'm going to leave that one alone. We'll
right.
pin that one up for later.
Yeah, there it is. Let me try to get it. Oh, well. Yeah, a lot of cars have been built here, so we have a lot of fun. A lot of cars been built here, like I just was saying, and I love it. And I hope that more cars are built here, whether they're winners or not. We're just to have fun. But what's the point in racing if you're not going to try your hardest to try to win? Hey, I could hook up some water still on this one. So Kevin's got that out. I think I'm about to go get the mailman, and we're going to pull the other one. We're going to pull the other one in here and get it going. So I'm going to hold up on the time lapse and everything, and I'm going to go get that car. So let's go get it. Let's go. Roller coaster. Volkswagen trike. The mailman. Dad, let's go get this other car.
Huh?
We're ready for the other car.
Why didn't you get it?
We got to get the other car. All right, I can't see. We got the rolling. Which way? That way? All right. There's the mailman. He's ready. He's ate supper. He's ready to help. I'll try to go in this light, well, so y'all can see this roller. Skylar's old trusty four-wheeler. All right, Dad, what's up, mailman?
Hey.
He's made it out here. We've got this other roller in here. Very nice roller. I need that bumper, I think, for old 00. And this is one of them night vision engines. These are what we're going to take out. And we're going to put the lowered ones on this one. Since this one's not going to be a race car, I think the bank's going to end up taking this one and driving it up there in old St. Louis. So maybe he'll sell it. So we're going to hit a little time lapse because we're trying to get this done. If I can find my tripod.
You got an extension?
It's only 5:13. We've already been up for over an hour or so. So little recap of what happened last night. I don't know if y'all can see me very well. Little recap of what happened last night is we ended up having some issues with the fact that all of our springs on our other cars were all either racing springs or lowering springs. So we're going to have to try to find some stock ones. We're going to see if the base model will fit the Type S. I'm not sure if they do or not. But until then, we're kind of at a halt. We might have to try and pull the number 13 in there and go ahead and work the kinks out of that. So I'll be back with y'all when we get all this figured out. All right.
Now that y'all have heard Austin's side of the story of Southern, he talked about his car. There it is, right there. We're getting ready to swap over some springs. He already mentioned that to y'all. I wanted to give y'all a quick update from my point of view in the 13. First off, as Asher said in the last video, I went off-road rallying, did my first lap. So I'll explain that a little bit. That was a wild ride. I got loose up in the loose stuff up top, and I did not, that was, my first wide open lap at that track since the last time I went. And I did not remember it being like that up top. And I found out the hard way. I went off-roading, and whenever that happened, I kept going, but I picked up one wicked vibration in the right front or somewhere in the front because the steering wheel was going all crazy. And I just knew for sure that my right front tire was flat. But that was not the case. Obviously, you see in the video that I had a strong finish. About half track, that car stopped. The vibration stopped. So I don't know if I picked up a rock where just a ton of dirt and mud was in the right side of the front or whatever, because these cars are prone to having all that dirt, as you can see right here, just caked inside that wheel. And it's no longer like that in the front. But I don't know if that was the case, but overall, my car felt great. It was not, I thought it wasn't hitting the VTEC, but that's not the case after reviewing the in-car footage. I just never dropped below where the VTEC solenoid engages. So the car did fine. It's got a few battle scars. This was from the rally. Was not, I don't think I hit anybody. That was just from whenever I hit. But this is something that was flopping the whole time, and that was due to having cheapo pot rivets without any of the backing on. They just pulled through. But this was the main issue, is that this front bumper was just flopping the whole time. I mean, it wasn't barely on there. I'm kind of surprised that these 4 pot rivets held. But other than that, where Russell got into me back here, there wasn't that much damage. It just pushed in just a little bit. That wasn't his fault. He's a great guy, great racer. He just had a heck of a run. And that's about it. We're going to go over the car, and actually, we're going to take the front off. And while I'm talking about taking the front off, I want to give a huge shout out to Bobby over at Chasing the Checkered. Y'all make sure to go check him out. He sent us, I know y'all saw, if you haven't, in a video prior to these, about we said we need a pot rivet and drill sponsor. Well, Bobby came through, and Racing Engineering is where he went. That's why y'all saw I was repping that sticker right here, Race Car Engineering. These guys have these really awesome drill bits that are dual-sided. So if you break one side, you just flip it around. Bobby, thank you so much for that. Y'all make sure to go check out Race Car Engineering for these. They have saved us. This is the first one I've used. I think he sent me a bag of like 25 or 30 of them, and this is the first one I've used, and I have not broken it. So that is a plus. But there's old A Flim. That's my side of the story. He obviously did beat me, and we got to put a feature win sticker on that thing, right? He said we're gonna put a half feature win sticker. But we're waiting on a guy to show up now. What are we gonna do? We've got the springs. He already told y'all we've got the springs right here that we weren't aware were lowering springs. We're gonna change these out with some stocks and get the old 00 ready, and we'll go from there. But that is the race recap. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was all right.
You just wanted to actually win and bring the money home. Real quick, before we get to changing these springs, I do want to go over something that someone asked me. Patrick Ramsey asked about pre-tech and tech and explaining that a little bit. Whenever you go, for those of you who don't really know a lot about racing, pre-tech is usually just a safety tech to make sure that the seatbelts are good and make sure the cage is good and stuff like that. They don't go into real extensive detail on the pre-race. You have to yourself as a racer and a car owner know your car is legal, which we were not aware that them were like that because we don't even mess with suspension. All the suspension stays the same. But the post-tech after the races where they go into real depth and they look over everything. And we are honestly glad that Austin finished up there because now we know and we're going to make the right changes. So that's a little bit of explanation on that. As soon as this guy gets here, we'll show y'all. We're going to swap these out, and then we'll call that a video, and we'll hopefully have my front bumper done and old A-Flim's suspension back under his, and we'll be set up for the next race. So when he gets here, we'll get that changed.
Here we are, still waiting for the springs. Go ahead and doing the 13 first. Got us a little fire going, starting to feel good down here. Let's see what else we've got. I think we have a little bit of pot rivets here, but other than that, this one's pretty much good. Let me do something with that. Got to clean it, wash it, and then we're gonna have K9 and me in the morning. We're going to go over all the suspension because he said he might have felt. What'd you say you felt, like a wobble or?
That was a bad vibration.
We're gonna check it out. K9 will check it out, and we should be good. So give us a second. We'll get on over to the 00 here.
See, the 13 is straight again, somewhat straight. It's kind of an illusion with all that blue paint, but we got everything back on. He's finishing the last pot rivet over here. Some of them expanding pot rivets this time because can't seem to get them things to grab. Now all we have left to do on the 13 is get it washed and she'll be ready for the track. Now to focus, and the last thing,
K9's gonna check all the suspension.
Is he? Okay, now I'll check the suspension. The last thing is to get this one ready, and all we got to do is wash that one And then,
Here's one thing y'all don't
she
see
ready
me
for the
usually
track.
doing.
yeah, you don't normally see LA Slim sitting
still.
down, but he is now. So we'll check this one off on the front end.
What about this right
You
here?
got some black paint? We can't go to the track looking like that.
What about this here?
Oh yeah, we're gonna fix that too. Let's get some black paint on it.
Anybody want to give me $25 for that?
What's that, LA Flim? What you got? Here's the donor car, guys. So this is the car that we found a guy who has a stock base model, and we're gonna take his stock struts and springs off and put Austin's on his and lower this car down. So that's what we're about to knock out. We won't do a bunch of videoing, but we're gonna get it done. So we already got the front's done. Now that we look at it, you definitely can see that it dropped the car. So we're glad we figured this out. Moved on to the back, and here is the difference in the springs. So there you go. Y'all can see now, stock, not stock. What do you think, Dad? It's been a little bit more difficult than we thought.
Yeah.
A little bit more difficult, but we ain't worried. So here we go. We're gonna keep going, and we'll come back when we're done. We got it swapped. I don't know where we put the other ones. Here they all are.
Yep.
Thank you to Randy for
This is
doing
for
this.
This is for that tech deep south.
Deep. It's not even deep south. It's southern.
Southern.
Southern. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Southern.
But anyway,
You're gonna have to edit that out. Wait a minute. Let me redo that. 1, 2, 3. This is for that tech man at Southern.
It's deep south.
No, it's not.
And deep south.
Yeah.
That's where we're coming tomorrow night. Look.
so we're not gonna show it, but that was a recap of the last race. We finally got the right springs thanks to Randy. We're gonna get them put on Austin's car, and Austin and Dad are headed to Deep South. So I know this video will be after the fact, so y'all already see that, but we're very thankful.
Yes, thank you so
Very
much.
thankful for that. And now we can get the 00 legal, and we can do it. So that's a wrap. Cut the video off.
All first place tomorrow,
That's
baby.
right.
Yeah.
We're excited. We'll catch you guys in the next video.